18 days since the attack, which was carried out on the 3rd anniversary Memorial Day of Hope Uzodinma, when Hope Uzodinma was made the governor of Imo State by people who are not voters in Imo. We have not spoken to the media since the attack, as we are mourning. All through the days of grieving, we saw those who grieved with us and those who mocked us. On January 14th, we came under heavy terrorist attack, led and coordinated by militias who, from all evidence, were state-sponsored and state-backed, with the sole aim of killing me to permanently silence me from making any other exposure on the rigging plans against the 2023 general election. We were shot at. We were bombed with high-grade explosive. Houses were leveled with bombs. Those still standing were shaken to their foundations, and vehicles numbering over 32 were all set ablaze with this explosive. Several motorcycles belonging to us and hardworking villagers were burnt, among other property valued in billions that was lost in the attack. They attacked in broad daylight, firing from all angles and leaving over 500 bullet holes on the houses in my country home. Innocent people were killed for no reason. January 14 now is very quickly assuming a dark day in the history of Imo State. On 14 January 2022, Imo State watched helplessly as a man whom they did not vote for was pronounced as governor of the state, an illegitimacy that haunts us till this day. Since then, Imo has been turned into a killing field, with tributaries of blood now flowing into the Atlantic Ocean. Gentlemen, let me make it categorically clear. I was not attacked by members of IPOB. I was attacked by state-sponsored militia that has semblance with the same team that attacked my convoy on the 23rd of December 2022, which was led by the special advisor to Hope Uzodinma on special duties, Mr. China Sawaneri, who was seated in a white Hilux van that was used for that attack. It is important that I state this clearly, because Imo, under Uzodinma, is now a society where life is short and brutish. It is now an animal kingdom, and human life has lost all its values. The anarchy in Imo State has now gone out of hand, with different killer groups operating freely. Gallant soldiers and policemen have been fed by bullets of this squad, yet they continue undeterred, while the government of Imo State has continued to politicize the killings without any serious effort to bring it under control, like you all saw in my own case. How did all this Ikenga must die agenda start? Sometime in September, I informed the world of the grand manipulation and compromise of the voter register, a plot now popularly called Omuma Magic. Nigerians would like to note that INEC has since removed over 3 million of such fake names inputted into the register. It has also identified 25 of its staffs who were involved in Omuma Magic and has commenced internal disciplinary actions against them. So when they say that what we said was a lie, ignore them. Following that revelation of the compromise which spanned across 14 states in the country, and my quest for justice and action against those who were involved, the Uzodinma administration became very uncomfortable with me, and they started looking for ways to silence us. They know that if we could have got that information, then we could get more. First, they framed me for terrorism and arson, claimed that I was responsible for the burning of INEC offices in Imo State, that it was from documents I obtained from the burnt offices that I made the Omuma Magic allegation. They also made murder allegations against me. They made several other disgusting allegations. I endured all this and still kept calling for justice for the compromise of the voter register. These allegations were not just rumors. The Attorney General of Imo State made these allegations in processes he filed in court. So this one that the governor has said, that I had meeting with people to stop election in Southeast, still sounds as empty and unintelligent as all the other ones from which we have emerged victorious in court. Unfortunately, despite facts that are public, petitions to security agencies, the internal disciplinary measures by INEC, and other evidences available, the security agencies have not been able to charge even one person to court. This shows clearly that they have backing in high places. However, Nigerians should ask this vital question. How did the people who infused the fake names and photographs which had biometrics of individuals in the voter register intend to use this name to their advantage if they have not found a way to bypass the BVAS accreditation process? If they could not have used them, would they have bothered themselves adding those names and photographs taken from school yearbook, almanac, calendars, and obituary record from from citizens of other countries. I call again that the security agencies must fish out all those involved in a magic voter registration compromise and prosecute them. This is the same call for who the state has conspired to ensure that I'm killed. But rather than get scared, they should know that I'm more emboldened to make the call yet again. If the security agencies ask themselves how all these imported names who do not have fingerprints are supposed to be accredited and be used to vote, they will know that election faces severe threats and they will work hard to nip it in the bud. These people are working on how to undermine the beavers technology, and in order not to allow Nigerians know, the Kenga must be killed. Chinas are already threatening to harm me anytime I return to the States.
So that's what you and I want to achieve it. I want to achieve it. I'm not talking about a moment again in the front corner. But you decided to go to and call me a criminal. If I don't prison you, I'll harm myself. Yeah, hope for the man is not God. So don't even bother posting what you can do and not. Because if I don't prison you, I'll harm myself. You cannot do it tomorrow. I'm waiting for you. Yes, you cannot. Charges here with you. No, charges. No, if I don't prison you, I will not be free. No, continue. Chinas, I will not run away from her because of. Okay, now they come. I did here. You don't need visa. You don't need visa to come to work. But I think I will prison you. I will declare you. I will declare you. You be guy, but I will declare you. No, I've had it from you. No problem. Calling me on my phone, threatening me. Calling me on my phone, threatening me is the one I don't understand. Stop doing that. Stop calling me. Nigerians are used to this empty vessel attack. No, stop. No, stop. And I'm telling you, stop calling my phone and telling me those rubbish. No. They're not supposed to me to threaten her. Why are you calling? Why not face me? Why not face me? Everything. I'm saying that I'm threatening you as what? That you are. No, that you are carrying.
Then, on 23rd December 2022, we got to Imo State, and despite their best effort, we made it to Akwa, my hometown. But when my convoy left to take my guests who came from Abuja with me to Owerri, we were attacked by hooded men who did not speak Igbo language but spoke like those from Rivers and Bayelsa, and they opened fire. But in a white hills was seated this same Chinasa Waneri, who was coordinating the attack. After this attack, I also wrote petition to the security agencies and also the National Security Advisor. Yet to the base of my knowledge, nothing was done. This is the petition we wrote on 29th December 2022 to Inspector General of Police, and the one we wrote on the same 29th December to the National Security Advisor received and acknowledged about the assassination attempt on my life led by Governor Zodema's head. If the security agencies have apprehended Chinasa, we will not have gotten to the second phase of the terrorist attack at my place that left many people dead. This was exactly Chinasa, just like Chinasa said, that they are in charge of all security agencies and nobody can help me. Chinasa also asked if I knew that several Bubagu members were unknown and that it would be easy for them to make me disappear without traces and nothing would happen. Till date, this man Chinasa still walks the street freely enjoying the full backing of the state and moving about with retinue of policemen. Nigerians, however, saw a governor who rushed to the media to try to impede investigation, if any, by dishing out untenable and indefensible narrative to water down the massacre of our people. When Uzodinma spoke, he made reference to documents in his possession. The question would then be, did the governor have a brief of what happened to me even before it happened? What can Uzodinma tell the world that he did with the so-called security report of my so-called meetings with people who wanted to stop election in Southeast? Or did he not do anything because he knew the so-called people would come and attack me? So when exactly did the governor receive his security report, as there's yet no investigation on the terrorist attack on my house? The storyline of the governor seemed much like a prepared speech he already had to announce my death to Ndimo, that those I had a non-existing agreement with killed me after I breached the agreement he concocted in his head. But he failed and was unable to change the statement after I had survived and before the mic was put before him. Hope, you have a lot to answer to Ndimo and the world on what you knew about the terrorist attack on our home that left my uncle and other innocent people dead. In his mixed glee and anger, glee that the attack happened and anger that I did not die, the governor throughout his speech did not condemn the killings that happened in my house. He did not commiserate with the families of the dead, yet these are citizens he swore to protect their lives. Till today, the Imo State government has not condemned the attack on my house, but rather, he was cited on the TV while saying I deserve the evil that was brought to our home. This is very curious. A further listen to the statement of the Commissioner for Information of Imo State, one Declan Emelumba. He outrightly rubbished the so-called security report which Uzodinma relied on to make his comment and gave other reasons why what happened in my house happened. If truly there was a security report by security agencies from which the governor spoke, could the commissioner have given different reasons? It only goes to show that the Commissioner of Information did not believe the lies told by the governor and believed he could have given the situation a better spin to the story, hence their disjointed stories. Many who saw the distasteful and disgusting video of the governor did not see a man who is supposed to be embodiment of authority that is legitimate, and a man who was supposed to have human heart, but rather saw a man who was laughing and trivializing the murder of his citizens and members of my family. He laughed as he dished out his unbelievable narrative that I deserve what happened to me. I've always known Uzodinma as a man of very controversial past, but I never knew he was a man who completely lacked every baseline of humanity, even in public glare. I am still in shock, and I wonder, is this how Imo has descended? Is this how low Imo has descended? Indeed, now I see what power can do to a man, particularly a man undeserving of the power he wields. We have heard how they intend to attempt to influence posting of criminal elements as ad hoc staff, and we will expose the names in the coming days. I will have some of them. We have heard those that are training under attack work. We have heard how they plan to attack areas of strength of their opponents. We have heard how they have marked polling units with high voting strength they want to use to subvert the will of the people. We have heard how they want to arrest leaders of other parties night before election with trump-up charges. All this will be discussed live in the coming days, as today will not contain the new information we have. Citizens, vigilance is key to stopping these electoral thieves, and we must start now to mobilize ourselves. If you can spend days on fuel lines, then we can, and we should spend just one day at the polling unit to ensure the right thing is done and that our votes count. Thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.